Good morning.
We're gonna do something a lot different.
A lot of different.
For you and I specifically.
Hey, you got him. Here, the wave is really mental.
We're also gonna be showing you guys a cool new spot that we're sitting at. Us trying to surf the wave.
The place is cool. We may not look that cool.
Yeah, we try to surf this new wave, this standing wave, and it's interesting. It feels totally different than the ocean.
Derek picked it up instantly.
So we're gonna cut back and forth. We're gonna do that whole thing. We're gonna treat this kind of like our pigeon video. So everyone's like, teach us how to talk pigeon or talk about pigeon, and we want to get into non-real estate things, but this channel is so that we can thrive in our real estate business. But local people watch it, mainland people are relocating, people permanently in Vegas, so many people watch it for different reasons. Let's talk about Ewa as a community and a place to live.
Speaking of Ewa,
Ewa is short for airplane noise.
short for every day get airplanes.
Every day get airplanes. Yeah. Since I grew up in Ewa, we'll go through different sections, talk about what it means to live in there, you know, impressions. Were you even aware that there's like Ewa and Ewa Beach and they're two different things?
No, not growing up.
Not really?
No.
Really, like in high school, there's like Ewa and Ewa Beach. They're two different things. Also, if you want to take that further, there's West Lock is the first thing. When you take the exit, what's the name of the road?
For Weaver, what?
76 South. 76
What?
South, whatever.
That's neither a 7 or a 6. Could you get in from Barbers side?
Yeah, you could go through Barbers. Now it's
Okay.
Kamakana, but it was Barbers Naval Air Station before. Hi. Huh?
You went Campbell.
I went Campbell, yeah.
Oh, what year you grad?
Both of them
02.
went Campbell.
Miss Wakabayashi. First graduating class of Campbell.
Yeah.
Wow. Uncle, you want to talk on our chat? We can point the camera at you. Okay, so I grad Campbell 02. What year you grad? 92.
2010, I think was that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Had AC, yeah, when you grad?
1965.
Wow.
Actually, Campbell High School was where Ilima is now. So
Did you know that?
You graduated the new Campbell High School.
Really?
Yeah.
So was Irima, was intermediate and high school just one? Or?
Well, yeah, we started 9th grade. We was over there.
So were you in intermediate?
Ewa School.
Ewa School.
Elementary and intermediate. Ewa School at the Lincoln.
Yeah. Well, I was born on the mainland, and I went to Irima Intermediate. I went to Campbell, but my parents they got me a district exemption. They were like, don't go Campbell, but I went, and had a lot of fights and stuff like that. Was it like that in your like more plantation days?
No, because you know what? Most of the students were plantation. Had from two sources, mostly plantation and the Barbers Point military dependence,
base. Yeah.
So, and we kind of got along. I mean, had stuff like all high schools, but wasn't really bad. I didn't think so. Never have nothing over here, only Calvary trees and mosquitoes. No, but this area, during World War II, they had tank garages. And then
Over here?
Yeah, they're right along the coast because they worried the Japanese were going to come and attack, yeah. We got here, the war was finished, yeah, so 1950s, me and my friend had a chicken farm. My friend had a chicken farm, his family.
Yeah.
So we used to play all along here, and only Calvary trees. And there was a rifle range over here.
Okay.
And they don't use them already because the war power, yeah.
Yeah.
But we used to dig in the sand, find like 50 caliber
Oh
and
my
30 caliber
God.
bullets.
Oh
Crazy.
wow.
We used to go up and we find the shells.
Yeah.
So we put them together and kind of polish them up. Oh, good fun grow up
So
here.
you used to go surf Hau Bush and empty lots.
No,
so was it
what-
even
what-
empty lots then, or was?
Empty lot.
What's called empty lot?
It was a real empty lot. Now get house over
No.
there.
So you from Ewa Beach or Honolulu?
My dad worked at a plantation, so we lived by Honolulu. Before Kai Mohala, you know the way coming down the road and there's like a care center or something on the left side. So that was the old hospital. That's where I was born. There's a plantation hospital.
Really?
Right past that, there's a fork in the road, a Fort Weaver Road. That's where the stable, plantation stable was. My grandfather was in charge of the stable.
So one of the OG original Ewa Beach families.
As a local person who is from here, at first when they were making all of this, did you like the idea of it? Because for me, when I heard about it, I was like, nah, don't touch it. But now that I'm here, I'm like, it's kind of nice.
No, I mean, it's kind of nice, and I don't really care because as long as they take care of the island, no pollute, stuff like that. So I think it's good.
On Tuesday, Thursdays, the Wai Kai allows the staff to surf. So it's like you're not here watching all day people surfing Jonesy and you're just like, you gotta just work, yeah? So it's like...
Okay, so this is Jason Shibata, a guy, where you grad, like 2000?
98.
Oh, 98. So growing up surfing on Oahu, there's this group of guys like 98 to 2001, like super good surfers, and a guy whose name I knew, who I would see at Barbers. I saw his post and he's like, hey, I do lessons. First of all, I hit up Jason for lessons. And second of all, how brutal is this gonna be?
I've taught people in here that never surfed before, like never stood up on a board, came here, didn't even know what stance they were, and they're riding by like their third wave. You know what I mean?
Is it almost better because they're coachable?
It is better in a sense that they don't have any like
Expectations?
no, they don't have any habit. Here the wave is really mental. You know what I mean? Like in the ocean, surfing is very like emotional and spiritual.
Yeah.
Here it's very technical and mental. So if you focus on the 3 main points that I want you guys to focus on, you guys are gonna pick it up.
Okay.
It's pretty easy. So it's more so instead of like thinking like, oh, this is how I do it in the ocean, or this is what I want to do. It's like focus on this. You know, stand like this, center my weight like this.
Okay.
Then you'll get it. And we'll just go step by step, you know?
You have to listen to what coach said.
So what do you think? Assisted first wave or just try? Try first wave by yourself, yeah? We're gonna see challenge. This is the real challenge, yeah? Black helmet versus white helmet. Stand up, he's gonna lower you right to this crack right there. Look, you get him already. Keep your eye on the sweet spot. Hey, that's a good first wave. Hey, 3 seconds is good. Some people last like 0 seconds for real. Remember, focus on the white space between the black lines.
My nose ring got ripped out of my face because I ate shit on like my first wave. It was like dangling off my face, but I caught it, so.
For what you folks do as realtors, the beauty of it, it's like a perfect entertainment, exercise, you know, physical activity that the families can do.
Yeah.
And which makes what's so great about living in Ewa, Kapolei. I mean, basically anywhere kind of in this like central western district, it's so close, you know what I mean? You don't got to go to town. It's like Top Golf for surf, you know what I mean? You got the lookout upstairs. You got the cabanas, aquabanas, you got the kitchen door restaurant right there. So it's like there's a lot of things that are here that you don't gotta go fight 45 minutes of traffic to kind of have that same kind of ambiance, yeah?
Top golf for surf. Having grown up surfing barbs and whatever, I was kind of against all this. I was against having Target in the town I lived in Alameda, and then we got it, I would go there all the time. I was kind of against this. Now that I'm here, I'm like, it's pretty mean.
It's a pretty cool setup.
Awesome.
I can come with my grandchildren
right.
eat French fries,
There's
cost
stuff for them to do.
$6 French fries.
$6 French fry, but hey, whatever, it's all good. Huh?
Kinda,
Somebody gotta pay for all this. Huh?
maybe order 1 French fry and then pack musubi from home. Thank you for talking with us. Thank you.
Have a good day.
Thank you. I think my pigeon is thicker because I just talked to
Because you
Uncle.
just talked to
Uncle, yeah.
Uncle. Now you don't know how to talk. Yeah.
After intermediate high school, we moved to West Rock. West Rock Fairways of the two is my favorite. We've sold homes in there. It's a monkey pod lined stretch. In certain areas, you can even get views of Pearl Harbor. Where he was talking about, which we don't spend too much time on, but Hono'uli'uli is, oh wow, from the plantation. Hono'uli'uli, the real Hono'uli'uli, is like these old plantation families, just a handful still left. They have like horses outside. As the crow flies, just
Brand
right
new,
there,
everything.
Ikena Bluffs.
The newest
and
construction.
thousands of new homes. So Hoopili, I guess it's Ewa, but it's so foreign. It's like foreign concept to me because it was nothing.
Yeah.
We do a lot of business in there. You particularly handle a lot of the clients in Hoopili. And then comes into what we considered Ewa, which is Renton Road.
Yeah.
Actual Ewa. Older plantation homes built in, plantation, 50s, 60s, 40s in some cases. Keep going down and then Ewa Gentry. Ken, you heard that when I was in high school, people would say like, oh, where you live, Gentry.
Yeah.
Like Gentry's a builder, but it was just considered
That's
you
that's
don't
what
live
it
in
was.
Ewa,
Yeah.
you don't live in Ewa Beach, you live in Gentry.
It was all the same to me.
But obviously, if you stop and thought about, now you're very familiar because you probably sold 30 homes in the last year or two there. But
When I went to surf, it was just to surf. And I was,
drive
when I
through
met
and-
Hau Bush, that's like because I couldn't drive yet. And that's where my dad took me. I never noticed the differences of anything. I had like one best friend who lived out there on Kapipi?
Papipi Road.
Papipi,
On the way to Hau Bush.
On the way to Hau
Yeah,
Bush,
Papipi
yeah,
Road,
Papipi.
yeah.
That's literally my only concept of Ewa Beach was Hau Bush and Papipi Street.
Gentry still is building in this area. They're clearing some stuff way that way to build. Gentry 2024, it's going to be ready. But now you get into Old Ewa Beach and Ocean Pointe. Let's just say that. Like you pass the Safeway Shopping Center, you get into Old Ewa Beach and Ocean Pointe. If I'm going to live in Ewa Beach, the older side, I want to be by the beach. Because Hanakahi side, just honestly not my favorite because it reminded me of Florida. No mountains, no nothing, hot.
Yeah.
Because you're further away from the cool air from the ocean. And
You're just
airplanes
looking at
flying
other
over,
people's houses and
just
listening to
sky
airplanes.
and house.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of that to get us to Ocean Point and Hoakalei, because that's where we are now. Wai Kai.
Is it Wai Kai?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
You say Marama Ika Vai, right? Take care of the water.
You do.
Wai Kai.
Sure.
Both sound awkward to
Yeah,
me.
they both sound wrong. But
Not one sounds right.
neither of them sounds good.
Well, we're at Wai Kai and Hoakalei Country Club exists across the street over there.
It's pretty bougie.
Real bougie. I played the golf course once.
But Hoakalei is kind of like bougie Ewa.
That's-
It's like the crown jewel of Ewa.
The goal is for this to be like an elevated Hawaii Kai kind of thing out here, right?
Yeah, they wanted to make it kind of a marina town.
The marina is literally right here.
Yeah.
They have a 5-year goal to build a hotel. For this to be a whole thing out here. Initially, I didn't like I was just anti all of this. Now that I'm sitting here, it's kind of cool. I'm maybe still conflicted about it.
A lot of people's whole thing
Imposing
is
on the
like,
land.
why do you need a marina right next to you? You're literally right next to the ocean.
Yeah, just
Like,
go surf.
Just go on the ocean.
But this is kind of nice too, right?
But this is different. This is a different feel. This is a different thing. It's a different level of like security and safety and luxury and relaxation. Like you can come and you can buy a meal on the marina. It feels like, I used to work beach crew, so this feels exactly like the amenities that we had at every resort. At every resort I've ever
I was just
worked
gonna
at.
say it's gonna feel like a balance between a Hawaii Kai but more so Ko'olina-ish. Because when you have hotels, you have maybe townhomes where people can bring their boats up to their slip, and all of that's here.
It's feeling very Kihei to me, actually. Like
Kihei? More Kihei than Wailea?
Yeah.
There's a demarcation, which we could reference our Maui video, maybe we'll use it, where you're driving through Kihei and it's this beach town, not necessarily like elevated. We joke about like people with parrots on their shoulders and just
People have lots of birds. It's a bird town.
beach town. But there's this demarcation point where you're like, oh, I'm obviously in Wailea.
Yeah.
Because the landscape is
feel.
like monsteras
Yeah.
and
It's very
and
intentional.
elevated Hawaiian
Yeah.
landscaping.
Yeah.
But you're saying it's not that, which I think it's more that.
I
But
don't think so.
Why is it more Kihei to you?
Because Wailea is it's not residential. This is where tourists come.
But
This
there's all
is
those
resorts.
Mauka, there's all those townhome communities and stuff, right?
Not really. Those are all like short-term like rentals. It's not like people live there.
Like timeshares.
Yeah.
Isn't it mixed though? People live there in timeshare?
The people who live there are not like normal people. They're not normal as
They're
in
not
like
living a
they're
9
not,
to 5 life.
No, they're not buying a house to like occupy all the time.
Right,
like
right.
they're at a point in life where they're relaxed and they're maybe there just for the winter or they're retired.
In Kihei, do you have this like new elevated polished restaurant on the water like this kind of?
Yeah, Five Palms.
A
Like
couple.
that's where it's just like right on the border where there's like nice things that were like Wailea meets Kihei.
Yeah.
But on the whole, like it's not residential. It's not like you seeing like families come down in Wailea.
So the reason why you're equating it to residential because
the amenities
whole,
here.
The whole thing about this is the Hoakalei community, which is all permanent residential.
Yeah.
There's no short term.
Right.
It's a true country club in a neighborhood rather
Yeah.
than a resort thing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So this is like kind of like a surfers country club, like a yacht club of
Yeah.
sorts.
So if you see on the tail, just the board up, then you move that way. So try, you can get them. Yeah, D. You gotta like own it like you're in the ocean now. So basically right now you're trying for turn like this.
Long border.
Cause you're thinking like cool, yeah? But now that you kind of figured out where the water is, you gotta really like hips, everything. Now just start to loosen up. Okay. Yeah?
It's weird. It's just different. And we're gonna edit all this out. My head too big.
Yeah! Yee-hee-hee. Yeah. Find your comfortable stance and you'll be good. This board's gonna be more maneuverable. Stay stable, smaller board. Yeah, girl. Turning the rail over.
This is the smallest board I've ever tried to stand up on. There's no reading anything. It's like you focus, you do the things that he tells you to do, and there's no variation to it. And it's like the mechanics of the wave are completely different. Like the way you shift your weight is different. Like it's hard to get used to.
Looking way more comfortable. Remember now, you gotta turn your shoulders, your head, your direction, hips. Good job. Eyes up on Ollie, not looking down. Because now you're trying to figure out how to turn backside, but when you kind of start to turn, you don't know where to go from there. So if you start backside and you learn the line, then it'll be easier to come back.
I'll try.
Yep. Ollie got you.
Yeah, I don't know how to
He'll get you dialed.
And I put my front foot right here, front foot down, and then back foot next, and then you use your hands instead of your butt on the wall.
Okay.
Let me help you get it in.
Front foot first?
Front foot first. Yeah. Get down. Use the roll. There you go. Move it up. Down the wall. Make sure you get a solid stand. The stand that you want first. Look at your head. Take the front arm towards the spinny wheel. Keep it down the line.
There you go, there you go. Stay on the tail. Yeah!
Maka Kilo was my retire on a not real budget, because you could go up to like 3 million at Maka Kilo. Retire, get a view, not have to necessarily overpay. If I were more being frugal but wanted a nice place to retire, don't have to think about fighting traffic. The advent of this, the walkability, because when you're older, just keeping a habit of walking can make a big difference, right?
And we were just talking to Uncle and Auntie. Like, yeah, because
they bring their grandkids.
Yeah, they bring their grandkids. They have a golf cart that they bring down here. I'm like, oh, that's a whole different lifestyle than I even thought of.
So Hoakalei, it's one of the premier communities this side of the H1, H2 mark, this side of Aiel, whatever you want to say. I had not been so big and so sold. I think I am more so now. Like, look at this, look. Brothers over here kayaking. Right? I imagine there's going to be sidewalks all along this at some point.
Yeah.
I think you could live a really healthy retired life. St. Francis West, the hospital's close.
Is that's what this like today has been like eye-opening for me. It's like, actually, this is like a dope neighborhood to retire in.
Yeah, I think this is my new retirement neighborhood.
Because I'm seeing like the people that we're seeing here are like aunties and uncles who are like OG Ewa Beach like families, and they're like enjoying each other's company. Like, it's easy for them to walk over here and like be here. It's not like, oh, like my dad, you know, who's like in Wailua, like, oh, I gotta like walk down the sand to get down by the water, blah, 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 blah. Like, this is totally different. It's flat, it's easy. There's lots of amenities here now. There's cool things. They can
You can bring your dad here. Your
I
dad
could
would
bring
love
my
this,
dad
huh?
here, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like cool stuff to look at.
Yeah.
There's like stuff going on. There's, you know, you can sit down in the shade. Like, I was like, man, this is different than I expected. And it's also giving me a completely different perspective on just Hoakalei in general.
Here's the thing though. I don't want to paint this as a retirement
It's
community
not.
either, because it literally isn't.
Like I've not like had a client come here because they want to retire here. It's like their family. They're moving into Ewa, which
I
is
think
like a growing community, and like
Yeah, most people it's the newness of and the spawning, the budding of
the sprawl.
Let's close it on final reflections on the wave.
I was like, I'm not gonna be disappointed at all because my expectation is very low. I was like, I maybe want to stand up one time, but if I don't, that's fine too. So I exceeded my expectations.
I don't feel that way.
Embarrassing, but actually really fun.
I gotta come back because I'm irritated.
But no, I feel like I did okay compared to what I thought I was gonna do, so I could probably be good for a long time.
Not me. I'm gonna pay another fee right now and jump back in.
So like maybe this wasn't like the thing that I had been like, it hadn't been on my list of things to do, but it was cool. I'm glad we came. It was fun, moderately embarrassing, but it's okay. I'm not gonna watch this video.
Shibata, he said, Jason, he said, because I was trying to like do stuff close to the way it is. I was trying to like do stuff here in Kapolei, and you were just like listening to them. Like he said, like she'll listen, right? You were all the way over and then trying to turn, and when I came back, he's like, hey, you better turn before her and cut back before her, bro. Just like Hoopili, we're gonna continue doing more and more videos here. We've done 3-4 Ewa Beach videos. But I think Hoakalei moving forward probably deserves its own. So if you want to see more of that, hit us up. Leave a comment, reach out to us, coreteamhawaii.com. We'll not only keep you abreast on the developments around here, but we'll show you some more of the community, specific homes and stuff.
Yep, see what kind of stuff your family might want to do when you come to Ewa Beach.
Shoots.
With coaching, one 45-minute session here is equivalent to like 1 year in the ocean by yourself. Maybe more.
I could see
Yeah.
that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you can really work
The
on.
one-on-one attention, you're not paddling for waves. It's just, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
And you're spending so much more time standing up. Like,
Yeah.
just if you go barbs, you're going to be paddling,
just
the,
paddling
whole
the whole
time.
time.
You know?
Send me a direct message on Instagram, Alada Shibata, ALOTTA SHIBATA. If
Bring
you
them
want
up.
coaching, I can answer any questions you may have about like how to book a session here.
All right, guys. So common questions people give us all the time. Is it too early for me to look? It's not. Make sure you click the link below to check out our website, fill out the contact form, let us know your timeline, and let's connect soon.